sometimes things go a little sideways and you need a little advice about what to do. So you call your pals at Casino Guitars. We got a fun story time today.
Everyone
story time.
Sit down,
gather around.
Crisscross applesauce, unless you're my nephew Johnny, who can't do that for some reason. He knows that he can't sit Indian style. I don't get it. He's a super jock too. It's crazy. Just not flexible.
He's got to open those hips. Got to do some hip stretching.
He's a good little talent. But anyway, story time. Let's go.
All right. So, we appreciate all you guys watching us, and we often say, if you have a problem, give us a shout. And some of you do, and we really don't mind. Like that's why we're here. So one of our friends who watch, if you're out there watching, thanks for the story.
This is for you. It's for you,
we'll
kid.
keep all relative names out of this, so as not to incriminate anyone. But this guy called with a bit of a conundrum, and he just wanted to know what we would do.
And we hear lots of conundrums, but this is a
pretty good one,
an interesting one.
Yes. And I really appreciated that his whole thing. He says he likes the channel because our philosophy of like being nice and being positive.
I like that too.
I like that. So anyways, this guy, he was looking for a Martin D35. He checked with us. We didn't have one. So
it was a burst as well, right?
A burst, yes.
Okay. That's
this is kind of important to the story. He orders it on Sweetwater. He gets his Martin. As Martins do, it has a little high action, because that's what the old flat pickers like.
I mean, I don't find any of our Martins that high of action.
I feel like that's somewhat a thing of the
past.
But still, it's all preference, right?
It's relative.
So he takes this guitar, I believe, to a guitar center to get the action lowered a bit. They end up filing down the saddle, probably adjusting the truss rod, whatever. They bring the action down. It's buzzy.
It's
So they say, hey, turns out your frets aren't even. So, and I'm, somewhere in this thing, someone decides the frets aren't even, and Martin decides they will fix it under warranty.
Okay.
Right?
Which is what Martin does. They're great.
So that's how we end up at the next shop, which we won't mention, but they're a shop we like, and a well-respected shop. They have a good reputation.
Yes.
But they are a Martin authorized repair center. They take the guitar, they fix the frets.
Awesome. So
everything's looking good.
So far. Knock on wood.
So far, so good.
Like it.
We're happy that Martin has taken care of this guy. The place is taking care of this guy. He sits down to strum his guitar, and his wife goes, "What is that?" And they look, and right on the top of this brand new Sunburst D35 is now a sort of gash, a dent, where sometimes when we're working on stuff, you drop a tool because you're maybe not paying attention, or it just slips and things happen.
If you're working on stuff.
Bam, dent, gash in the top of this new D35.
And this ain't a car where we can sort of bump it and buff it out. It's totally different.
Well, so basically, we got this new guitar. It's at a place he didn't purchase it from, right? We got a dent in the top now.
Okay.
This process has now been 7 months. So there's, it's your guitar.
7 months.
7 months. So through the time at just this, my understanding is a lot of it was just waiting on his guitar to come up to be fixed, right?
So he got his guitar though, and they went to GC for a bit, and then
GC for a bit.
Probably GC
talked to
for
Martin
a month,
for a while, and then this place is probably busy. So after a while, once he finally gets it back, at that point, it's been 7 months. So you know how psychologically sometimes you're just kind of done with a thing. So there was no.
How long you been married?
Been a while.
Continue.
21 years. Crazy. I know. That's a real number. So anyways.
We're so old now.
They don't dispute that they ding the guitar.
Okay.
They offer to reshoot it, like fix it and repaint.
Okay.
The
like repaint?
I guess like spray it, like nitro, probably fill it in.
Okay.
Whatever. Not refinish the whole guitar, but spot refinish.
I was hoping spot.
And the guy says, maybe I just want to get rid of the guitar. They only offer him like $1,700 for it. Maybe not that crazy if he just walks in off the street and wants to sell the guitar.
That's a fair offer.
But maybe since they put the ding in it, especially he has a guitar there that he maybe wants, right? Instead. So
where are we in the end of the story then?
The question was, and I'll tell you guys what I suggested.
Okay.
The question was, because he wants to be nice, but that last part kind of made him, he was getting a little done. He's like, I want to be nice. I just want to know what you guys think as a shop. What is reasonable? because he didn't buy the guitar from this place.
That's the tricky part.
But they are the authorized repair center. He didn't want to go like around their head, go over their heads and go to Martin, which is nice, I think, because some customers do those things.
And I think that is, and like, people have done that with every shop I've ever known, and it doesn't really hurt the shop at all.
Right.
It's like the manufacturer going to be bad boy, you're in trouble or something. They don't care. In that way, that's just they're just like.
So.
But it hurts. It hurts my feelings if someone's like does that. I'm like, well, that seems a little bit crazy. We're trying to take care of you. It's tough because they didn't buy the guitar there, but.
Sounds like maybe they could have probably been a little more like sympathetic, empathetic to.
I would have probably. I mean, if we did that, like my initial reaction to the guys when I heard about this was like, if that was us, I would replace his guitar with a new one, and we would take that guitar and we would sell it.
Sell it as like
as a B stock,
like demo kind of thing.
That would be, and we would. Yeah. And I think that I feel like is a nice thing. It's tricky because it's not the guitar that you sold, and it's been to two other, it came from another place that should have, that's apparently sets everything up perfectly out the box, but I don't know. So I'm questioning that a little bit, but then, as far as the seller making sure it was set right, and I would have gone back to them initially, and then GC sort of not getting it right, because once you get the saddle down, it's hard to, unless you put a new saddle. Sometimes they overdo that. I like to, if I'm setting up a guitar, I do it so micrometally,
minuscule little thing,
because it needs to just readjust and the climate.
Right.
And, anyway, you go. Give me your shots.
Well, I said maybe you do have them fix it, and if it's amazing and it's great, you just decide, hey, this is my guitar. If you love it, right? If it's done, and then you just got to put all those crazy things out of your head, right? And then you say, this is a neat story. Like, I went through this whole thing.
That's
now
cool.
This is my D35.
And I do like that.
I like that idea, right? But I do understand the psychological thing. And then I said, but if you get it back and you're not satisfied or it's not good, then maybe you reach out to Martin and say, hey, here's where I am. These guys tried to help me, but it just,
Or not even Martin. Here's another option. Go back to the original seller. This was done to a Martin authorized service rep.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything underhanded about that. But listen, this is what happened. I'd like to return this. And can you guys swap it? I mean, Sweetwater, they sneeze millions out every day. I'm not saying like stick it to the big man, but But I think to satisfy and keep that customer who's clearly a friend and fan of ours.
Yes.
But they got that sell through. I would do that.
Yeah.
Even as like Sweetwater, if it's hey man, if we can just get that back and get you a new one, let's do it. Let's get it done.
I also thought maybe they offer to not, I don't feel like that the shop that made the mistake has to give him full price. Maybe they could offer closer to what it would actually sell for. So maybe they're eating it a little bit on their profit just to be able to turn that guitar over and put him in the guitar he wants.
It's tricky too. I mean, if I'm the shop, like I think we swap it for a new one.
Yeah.
If I have one that I can get in a reasonable amount of time. Right. It could be like a 6-month wait though.
He was willing to have a guitar that they had at the shop, which was, I think, like a Guild, like not even a new Martin. He was willing to like sort of like a higher end. So I would think if they would do that, just be like, oh, okay, well, give us the Martin.
I'm going to sell the shop. I'll sell the Martin well before the Guild too. Yeah. It's just the velocity rate of Martins versus Guilds is much higher.
So maybe that's a thing as well.
It's a tricky situation, but it's tricky. Not. But I mean, the shop is great that he's working with. I have no doubt that they're going to take care of him.
I think he's going to get sorted and be happy. And I kind of hope the whole thing doesn't ruin it from him having his D35 that he's always wanted. I kind of hope they fix it. It looks great, and then he's like super happy with it.
Or, I mean, I think the other option, if they can't handle it because of just something with their structure, their setup, Sweetwater will take care of it. I bet.
They probably will.
I mean, I know it's been 7 months. But I mean, now that this is public record here, I mean, I would take care if I was. Yeah. I would just do it. I would, it's just take care of the people, man. Let's take care of. We're all just want to have fun.
And obviously not Sweetwater's fault.
No,
but the whole thing,
not at all.
The ding thing is unfortunate, but it does happen. Like we've seen it. I mean, it does. Unfortunately,
it's tricky. I'm trying to think about manufacturing of car bases too, but I can't even. I feel like this could get taken care of pretty easily. This isn't
I hope so.
And from my hearing of like your conversation with this young gentleman on the phone, he sounds like a nice person.
Super nice, super reasonable.
Like it didn't sound like because I've had people like send like weird. I've seen it from other shops to this shop, like threatening, emails of, I don't get this or in this thing, then I'm like, what do you live life this way? It's just, that's like, I feel like doing that to a guitar shop.
Especially when it's out of the gate, right? Like it's not a, my favorite is still the house always wins.
I don't even remember what that was about.
The
but I know
V,
that
the crazy V.
Oh Lord, thank God, I forgot. I thought it was like, was that a repair? I don't even.
No, that was where the guy
great
messed it up.
quotes.
There's a video of that. Go find it. Go
No.
find the V video if you want.
We didn't do
But,
we didn't shoot the whole thing because we just wanted to be positive. But
Oh yeah,
that was a crazy.
But it was wild.
Some people
man.
are just crazy. It
was wild.
There's a percentage of people out there that are crazy. And there's a percent of sometimes you catch a repair guy on a bad day and he hits it. It's just like it happens. But I don't know. Just I like that this gentleman is like his philosophy and mantra of be kind.
Yes.
It's like Dalton from Roadhouse. Always be nice. Just be nice until it's time to not be nice.
It's time to not be nice.
And I think some of the guys have seen me have to do that this week some. But
Unfortunately.
not everybody. It's okay. It's part of life. Because sometimes that dog is in trouble for peeing on Jonathan's shoes.
All the time.
All the
All
time.
the time.
Yeah,
horrible
so
smell.
do let us know your thoughts, like what you think the correct solution is on this one. It's a tricky one, but not.
Yeah, well, that's why it's fun
not
to
too
chat
tricky.
about and think about, right? But no, hopefully, I think it's going to be resolved.
Well, the reason we're talking about this one is because everyone in this situation has been positive.
Yes.
No one has done like I'm getting you, or I'm angry and I want to just make this business suffer. Like everyone's looking out for everybody, trying to.
And that's nice.
And they're trying to help the player of this instrument too, and they're trying to get to a amenable solution.
Sounds like Martin was very good. You know, Martin was like, "Hey, we are gonna."
Martin just
fix
called
the
us right
cracks.
before this.
Yeah.
I was asking about a certain guitar for a lovely young lady that's getting one for one of her boyfriends.
There you go.
I said one of her boyfriends.
One of many.
'Cause I think she's quite popular.
Hey,
she's like the Blake Lively of the guitar world.
life of the
I
party.
don't even know what that means.
I don't either.
But I've seen a lot of Blake Lively lately on my feed.
Okay.
Because I think of the Deadpool Wolverine stuff. They've been cross-promoting her movie, which is about domestic abuse, somehow with this, which is
My
not...
wife went to see that movie last night with her friend.
Did she
they read
like
the
it?
book. She loved it. She said she ugly cried in the theater.
I can see Christy ugly crying too.
Doesn't take a lot, really. Honestly. But she loved it.
No, it looks like a great movie.
I think it's what is it? It ends with us or something.
Yeah,
like that.
it looks like a really good movie. It's been a weird promotional thing, just because they're getting a lot of fever from Deadpool Wolverine though, which is good. And it's getting people like I never would have heard of this. Otherwise.
Once Christy told me the plot, I was like, yeah, no, I can't.
I won't go
just
see it.
don't. I wasn't gonna see it anyways. But
We're done with the video at
It's
this
just
point.
very
We're just
strange.
talking.
Yeah.
But Alien Romulus comes out soon. I think I'm gonna go try to see that.
that
next
is
week.
important.
No, I'm trying to talk
It's
Derek.
gonna be good.
Yes, I think it will because Ridley Scott's producing it.
Okay.
And he's sort of hands off, and then the director is the guy that did Don't Breathe and a couple other great horror films.
Okay.
So I have, and they're going. It takes place between Alien and Aliens, so it takes place in that timeline.
So it's not like.
So it's right after
no.
Alien. It's going to be before Aliens on the colony planet that Ridley Scott has to go back to in Aliens. It's before that. So we're going to see what hell creates in the space
I need
station.
to go
above.
watch those things and get it up on my. I went down a YouTube alien lore at one point.
I do all the
whole
time.
like Alien versus Predator lore.
That's
There's
just
a lot of that junk.
But it's fun.
It is fun. I like it. I like that they've merged, sort of.
Good luck with any of your stories out there if you have them too. But thanks for sharing this one, my friend. Click like, subscribe,
Hit the bell.
and don't forget to follow that road to 100,000. We're giving away free stuff all the time as we're garnering more subscribers. Please
Two
click
prizes this month.
Yeah, two. And they both go in your ears, and they're sitting over there on that table over there, and they are awesome. It's the Fender Mustang Micros, I believe.
Mustang Micros.
Awesome. Two of them. We're going to give away. We're going to have fun, and they're going to come straight to your door. No strings attached.
Bam.
Because they have Bluetooth. That's a good one. Peace be with you. Live streams, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on our channel always.
Or catch the replay.
Wednesday. What did you say?
Catch the replay. If you're working like a normal human being, you can watch the replay.
I thought you said watch Warcraft. I was like, that's
Watch Warcraft. You can do that too.
a weird movie.
It is a very strange.
Great game. Weird movie.